music, Eric. Cut it, Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second ever episode of Brace for the Impact, where we will cover everything that will go down Thursday night on Impact Wrestling on Access TV. I am the true King of England champion, Fatback Greasy, your former Greasy Revolution World's Heavyweight Champion of the World, your former TCW World's Heavyweight Champion of the World, and the leader of the Greasy Revolution, Fatback Greasy. What is up, everyone? I am glad to be back right here on the Impact Wrestling Slam Zone. And all I had to say is we had this video put up yesterday live on our YouTube channel. The Masked Men has said goodbye. They took WWE Slam Zone off the air. You see the new logos, ladies and gentlemen. You see it down below right here on the screen. Impact Slam Zone, Impact Wrestling Slam Zone is your new home of reviewing Impact Wrestling. No more WWE Slam Zone. I guess this Masked Man's like, hey, we don't care about them anymore. The Masked Men said they're going to take over this show. They said they're going to take over this company, Impact Wrestling Slam Zone. I am so sick of the Masked Men. Ugh. Are they ever going to go away? I don't think so. Who are they? What do they want? Why are they here? I don't even know, but the Greasy Revolution will take care of the Masked Men. I can bet on that, ladies and gentlemen. So don't you worry. Us, the Greasy Revolution, will take care of it. So I don't care. We're going to go ahead and talk about Impact Wrestling tonight because I have nobody to worry about. No stupid guests tonight. No worries about that. What?
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host of the most. I am your leading commentary for TCW Monday Night Chaos, Michael Miner. I am here live for Brace for the Impact.
You know what, Michael Miner? Let me talk about TCW Monday Night Chaos, where I got robbed of my TCW World's Heavyweight Championship from Willie Joe. Okay, and I watched it last night. I was seeing it live on the live stream. Willie Joe lost his title to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Okay, so why have I not got my rematch? Why do I have to go through a battle royal to get me my title back? Why? But you know what? I don't care. You can just shut up because you know what? I'll go into that battle royal in honor of Big Red. Thank you, Big Red. And I will win it in honor of Big Red. And I will beat Dusty Rhodes for the title. But why do I have not got my rematch? You the booker. Why not, Michael?
I don't know. That's up to the board of directors of TCW, the owners of TCW. I mean, you'll get your title shot. Don't worry. I mean, don't forget next month's pay-per-view is Full Metal Mayhem, where every match is under TLC rules. So you could get a match with the World Heavyweight Champion very, very soon. So don't worry. He'll get there because we're going to be having a big match card coming up for next. We'll talk about that in the updates.
That's right. And I have a little announcement that the board of directors are still taking care of at the end of the show. So that's going to be waited until the end of the show. But let's get on with Brace for the Impact to get everybody ready for a Thursday night edition of Impact Wrestling on Access TV. So, Michael Miner, let's get on with the Impact Wrestling news. So, let's go ahead and talk about the news, shouldn't we, Michael?
All right.
So, let's go ahead and talk about it. Jordynne Grace has signed a multi-year contract, a new deal with Impact Wrestling. What do you think, Michael, of Jordynne Grace signing that dotted line on that contract and staying in Impact Wrestling because the rumors was she was going to go elsewhere. So what do you think of Jordynne Grace deciding to stay in Impact Wrestling?
It's really cool that she's going to stay at Impact Wrestling with another multi-year contract. But if it's me, they should not try to screw her over now that she has that contract. Because remember, she is now one half of the tag team champions with can't remember what that chick's name is, but anywho, Rachael Ellsworth. Yeah, I just hope they don't screw Jordynne Grace now that she signed a multi-year contract, because if they do, then it's just, she'll try to find ways to get out of the contract and all this and that. But I would like to see her play more of a face for, I would say, going into Bound for Glory, and then maybe after that turn her heel. But we'll just have to see how it all goes down within this year, because I know we've got there's some breaking news from another company, which later in this show, something's coming up I've been hearing, but we'll get more into that later on. But yeah, that'd be really cool to see that all happen and see how she goes.
And the next news Slammiversary, July. In July, we don't have a date yet. They have not announced a date for Slammiversary. Rumor is there will be a live crowd. Now, I'm not saying it's confirmed. It's just a rumor. So take it on for a grain of salt, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't know if it's going to be a live crowd. We hope so. We see every other company doing it now. So maybe we could see this happening at Slammiversary, because Impact really needs a live crowd. That's the rumor. Michael, what is your take on this big rumor on a live crowd finally coming back to Impact Wrestling? And do you think this will be a one-off thing for just Slammiversary, or will we get like touring again for Impact?
I hope they really keep this going. It's really cool to see that. I hope they continue with having the fans back now. Let's just see how Slammiversary goes with the protocols and all this other stuff. So then let's see how that goes with the fans being back. But it'd be really cool to see the fans come back in a live crowd, because we saw it at WrestleMania. We've seen it on AEW's Dynamite. We've seen it at UFC fights. We even saw it at the Super Bowl, which when all those went very well with fans. So let's just see how the Slammiversary comes along, and maybe we might just get rid of that crap audio playing thing out of here, so then we can have the real fans back together again, and that'll be really cool to see.
Also, gentlemen, we have seen multiple, clips in the Slammiversary teaser of Samoa Joe, Cookie Joe, Chelsea Green, the Australia flag, which I think that could be the Iconics, Okada from New Japan Pro Wrestling, maybe a few other New Japan guys. Who else? Who else was in that trailer? It was a bunch of people, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm. So, what do you think? Do you think Samoa Joe is the top guy? Do you think he's already signed and sealed and delivered that contract?
I think so. We might see a surprise, because remember, we've seen a lot of surprises where, like with WWE, we heard Sting's coming to the WWE, and then all of a sudden he came as a surprise. Look at AJ Styles. He came to WWE, debuted at the Royal Rumble. Nobody knew he was coming to the Rumble, and he debuted in WWE. So with Impact Wrestling, it could be a hush-hush kind of deal, and then bring him in, and maybe if it happens, maybe he might get involved in the main event, and we might see Samoa Joe against Kenny Omega at Bound for Glory.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Maybe if they sign Joe, they might wait to have Kenny Omega lose the title at Bound for Glory against Joe. That's my opinion. It could happen. I don't see Kenny Omega losing it anytime soon. I just don't. So we have another news item. The field was set last week on the Under Siege main event of the evening. And we have, ladies and gentlemen, we have a number one contender, six-way battle between Chris Sabin, Chris Bay, Sammy Callahan, Zack Ryder, a.k.a. Matt Cardona, Trey Miguel, and Moose in a six-way. Whoever wins goes on to face Kenny Omega for the championship. We will give our predictions on this later this week on the Under Siege prediction show. But Michael, what do you think? The field is set for Under Siege. I'm not going to ask who you think is going to win, but what do you think about the whole entire match and the participants?
The participants, I somewhat like it. I really don't like seeing Sammy Callahan being in there because you're going to have it's going to be weird if you have a heel versus heel kind match. I don't even know who's even facing that. I mean, you got Chris Bay, he's a heel. You got Sammy Callahan. We don't even know if he's a face or a heel. You got many other guys. Chris Sabin, well, he could be the only face in there. Maybe he could get another shot at the Impact World title because remember, he was Impact World Champion long time ago. Then lost it to, I think he lost to Bully Ray, I think it was. I can't remember by heart. It's been a long time since I watched Impact Wrestling. But, we'll just have to see how that all goes down. We'll even predict to see who's going to face Kenny Omega at the Slammiversary.
Yeah. Saturday night. Under Siege. And the other matches that have been announced is William Morrissey, the return of Big Cass, his first ever debut in Impact Wrestling, taking on Big Mac himself. So what do you think on this match, Michael? We will predict it this week.
Yeah, I can see that match is going to be easy. I already know who's going to win it, so...
And the other two matches are announced. This will end our news segment on Brace for the Impact. We have two more matches. Fire and Flame back, and they're going to challenge Jordynne Brace and Rachael Ellering. Michael, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think so. I think Fire and Flava is going to get. I can't wait to see their rematch at Under Siege. But I don't know if it's just the Knockouts tag team division is like poor. I don't know why they brought the title back. It's just, I really don't think they should have brought the title back. In my opinion, I really don't think they should have brought the Knockouts tag titles back because you got not much tag teams in there. You have Jordynne Grace and Rachael Esley. You've got Fire and Flava. Who else? You got Susie and Kimberly, which I really don't think they need to be a tag team, but it just like there's only three. If you're gonna get more tag teams, Slammiversary will be the year because we're gonna see the iconic.
Yes.
So that might help boost the women's tag team division very well, but I don't know what's going to happen with that.
I'm crossing my fingers. So you have a possible tag team of Taylor Wilde and Tenille Dashwood as well.
Yeah, that could be too.
So we're going to move on to the main event of Under Siege that has been announced. I think this will be the main event anyway. We have that double main event with the 6-way and this announced match with Kenny Omega and the good drunks, bad drunks, whoever they want to be called now, taking on the team of New Japan's On, Finn Juice, and Eddie Edwards in a 8-man tag team match. Playa, so what's your take on this match?
I'm not looking forward to it. It's just going to be another squash match, kind of type deals. So yeah.
What? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Eric. It's a 6-man tag. Sorry, folks. Not an 8-man, 6-man tag. Okay.
I was going to say, well, how are they going to find a 4th member on each side?
Yeah, it's a 6-man tag. Thank you, Eric. Okay. So, but anyway, that concluded our news segment for tonight's Brace for the Impact, and we will predict Under Siege later this week before Saturday night. So we're going to get into the matches that's going to take place Thursday night on Impact. So we're going on with BTI's match, the Before the Impact match. It's going to be none other than Tasha Steelz with Kiera Hogan taking on the team, or taking on Jordynne Grace with Rachael Ellering in a one-on-one match. Tasha Steelz versus Jordynne Grace. So, Michael, we will predict these matches, ladies and gentlemen. I will go ahead and predict Jordynne Grace will win this match before Under Siege, before their title match in Under Siege, and go on to Under Siege with a victory in their belt. So, Michael, what do you think about the BTI match, and who do you think is going to win
it? I can see Fire and Flava winning that, but I'm going to go with Tasha Steelz. I can see her winning it, and then getting the motivation going into Under Siege, and then the tag title match. Yeah, we'll just have to figure that all out this week on the prediction show.
That's right. So we're going to move on to the main card of Impact. What, Eric? Hold up. Okay, I got you. I'll go ahead and announce that too. Okay, yeah, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Eric's telling me that Josh Matthews gave him a call saying that we need to talk about the Iceman intel. Michael, what's your thoughts on the Iceman's intel on BTI? You know George Iceman. He's got all the scoops. So what do you think about him? Thank you, Eric.
Sorry to say, I really don't like that guy. I seriously don't. The Joe Iceman douche kind of person. The only person you should get the scoops from is us here at Impact Wrestling Fan Zone. But I digress with that. But yeah, I really don't care what that dude's got to say. I mean, don't care.
His last scoop, he was talking about some paranormal activity going on with ghosts backstage and stuff. My only guess is Rosemary. That's my only thinking, or Sue Young, or something. Something's going on with that situation to build up a storyline, maybe between Sue Young, Rosemary. I have no clue. We'll have to find out. But yeah, we will move on. We just had to get that in for tonight's episode. So we're going to move on to the first match on Impact Wrestling. We're going to have a number one contender X Division scramble match. Whoever wins this goes on to Under Siege to face Josh Alexander, the new X Division champion of the world. So we're going to have TJP versus AC Rivero versus Ace Austin with Madman Fulton versus Rahit Raju versus Petey Williams versus El Phantasmo from New Japan Pro Wrestling is in this match. I know everybody's probably going to pick El Phantasmo to win it, but I think this would be a dream match. Okay, needs to happen. Scott D'Amore book this match. Petey Williams wins this match to go on to face Josh Alexander. Two Canadians going at it for the X Division Championship. Two great wrestlers. It's going to be epic. I wish it would happen. That's my pick. Petey Williams. Hashtag Team Canada.
Yeah, I would like to see a Team Canada match, but my prediction is going to be El Phantasmo because I really think he's a really good upcoming superstar. He's been down in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've been watching some of his stuff down there in New Japan. He was a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. I think he was a former IWGP Junior Tag Team Champion with Ishimori. But I could see El Phantasmo winning it and maybe going into Under Siege.
Wow. So we're going on to the next match. It's going to happen on Impact. It's going to be a knockouts match. It's going to be Rosemary with Crazy Steve and Black Taurus of Decay taking on Havoc. There's no Nevaeh. She has left Impact Wrestling, so it's just Havoc now. So whoever wins also goes on to Under Siege and faces Donna Purrazzo for the Knockouts Championship of the World. My pick is going to be Rosemary. That's my favorite knockout in Impact Wrestling right now. So Rosemary, I'm picking to move on to Under Siege and face Donna Purrazzo for the Knockouts Championship match. I think this match is going to probably be back and forth. You're probably going to have Donna Purrazzo come out with Kimberly and Susan, whatever her name is now. And it's going to be chaos, I guess. So chaotic match. I think it's going to be maybe some interference with Rosemary, and it's just going to be crazy to see. I can't wait. Michael, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so too. I'm going to see Rosemary winning it because I really think they need to do some more stuff with Rosemary and DK because I miss DK ever since Crazy Steve, Rosemary, and Abyss when they were tag champions. I just love DK, and now bringing in this Black Taurus, I can just see them winning it. Her winning the match and then going to Under Siege against Purrazzo.
It's going to be a good one, I can tell you that much. So the next match of the night will be David Finley with Juice Robinson of FinJuice taking on Mr. Drunk himself, Carl Anderson, with Doc Gallows, Luke Gallows, and Kenny Omega. And I have gotten word, Michael, that Kenny Omega has told Carl Anderson he's got his back in this match. So we're going to have Kenny Omega at ringside as well. And Kenny Omega stated that he's going to wear all the belts at the same time Thursday night. So we'll have to find out on that situation. So my pick to win this match, I have to say, Carl Anderson. I hate to say it. I don't like him. But Carl Anderson will probably win this. That way they can go on and lose, hopefully, at Under Siege. That's my hoping. Because whoever gets the last laugh loses at the pay-per-view. So that's my hope. I'm really hoping that the Drunks lose at Under Siege. So, Michael, your thoughts on Carl Anderson versus David Finley?
Yeah, I think they're going to lose too. I think David Finley's going to win it and get motivation going into the 6-man tag. And then after the match, we might have attack from Kenny Omega and Luke Gallows. And then the others coming out. So that's going to make the match look more interesting and good to go.
Next, we're going to have our main event of Impact Wrestling Thursday night. It's going to be a 6-man tag team match. It's going to be Sami Callihan, Chris Bay and Moose taking on the team of Matt Cardona, Trey, Miguel, and Chris Sabin. All these are participants in the six-way match coming up at Under Siege. My pick, I have to say, Matt Cardona, Trey Miguel, Chris Sabin's going to win this and move on to Under Siege, and then it'll be everybody for themselves in that match. So that's my pick. I think it'll be total chaotic. I think it'll be a big brawl at the end. Nobody could actually win this. It could happen. It could be a DQ. It could be, it could be anything. But my pick is going to be the win in this. Michael, your thoughts on the main event of Impact Wrestling for this week?
Yeah, I think so too. I think Chris Bay and what's his name are going to win that match, and it's going to be a good match at Under Siege for the number one contendership.
It's going to be a great match. So that's everything. That's everything to get you excited, fans, for Impact Wrestling Thursday night on Access TV. Or if you don't have the Access TV, you can go on to the Twitch, Impact Wrestling on Twitch, and watch them from there, or Impact Plus. Right after it goes off the air, it's right there a minute later, and you can watch it whenever you want. But, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody enjoys Impact Wrestling Thursday night. I hope everybody enjoys Under Siege. We will get you ready for Under Siege as well this week. So, Michael, your whole thoughts on Impact Wrestling coming up Thursday night. Are you excited? Are you not so excited? What are you excited about? What match are you looking forward to? And your whole entire thoughts of what you think of going into it.
I think I'm looking forward to Impact Wrestling this Thursday night. It's the go home show before Under Siege. The one I'm looking forward to is seeing Chris Bay and seeing the main event one for a tag team match. I can't wait to see that happen. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen tonight or this Thursday on Impact and at Under Siege.
And before we get conclude this prediction / preview of Impact Wrestling, do you think we're going to have a Swinger Palace, Daddy?
No. Stupid. I don't want to see that segment ever again.
Why?
It's dumb. It's just completely dumb. They're using Johnny Swinger as a joke, and doing this whole Swinger thingamajigger is just garbage. Just like that house thing was garbage too.
Come on, Michael. It's the best segment on Impact. You don't hear Chris Sabin and James Storm. They said they love that place.
Good for them, because they like to get drunk at that place.
Alicia Edwards don't kind of like it because she gets broke every week. Swinger takes her money.
Yeah, because she needs to quit spending Eddie Edwards' money.
I wonder if Eddie Edwards is upset about that.
I would be.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
I take her to a gambling therapist so she can get away from gambling.
Yeah, she needs to do something. I tell you that much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have to worry about no AEW stuff on this brace for the Impact. Thank you.
Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for AEW News. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new segment on Brace for the Impact. This is the AEW News. Breaking news as we get ready for the live shows coming up in July. for AEW Live. Ladies and gentlemen, the breaking news that's going on is that AEW is going back on the road. They will be back on the road July the 7th. They will be in Miami, Florida. And get your tickets on sale. Tickets are on sale at AEW Tick. July the 14th, AEW Dynamite goes to Cedar Park, Texas at the AEB Center in Cedar Park, Texas. And then July the 21st, 2021, AEW Dynamite goes live in Garland, Texas at the Curtis Colwell Center. And then AEW Dynamite will be going to Houston, Texas at the Fertitta Center on August the 18th, 2021. And this one is big for me. AEW Dynamite will be coming back to yours truly in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the UWM, University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee Panther Arena on August the 25th. Of 2021, and AEW Dynamite will also be in Boston, Massachusetts, September 8th, Newark, New Jersey, September 15, 2021, Rochester, New York, and so many other places. I cannot wait to see AEW Dynamite return for live action. I'm going to get out of here for a second. I'm going to go get my charger. Fatback, bring it to you.
Really? We have an AEW news review. Eric, are you serious right now? Are you serious? Why do we have an AEW news segment on Brace for the Impact, on an Impact Wrestling show? Why, Eric? It's just like Kenny Omega coming to Impact Wrestling and taking the title. And now we have an AEW on Impact Wrestling Slam Zone. Why? Why do we have that? Eric, you're the producer. You're in the truck. Why? Who told you? Who forced you to hit the button? Who? Kenny Omega. Really? He threatened to beat you up, but you violent by design. You can beat Kenny Omega. What, Eric? Come on. Are you serious? Eric, you better take care of this. Tell the board of directors that we're not going to have no stupid AEW crap on this show, on the King of England Greasy Revolution show. Yeah, you tell them that. All right. And tell them I want my belt back. I want my Greasy Revolution belt back. I want my King of England championship back as well. And I know the Masked Men still have it. I heard about it. So you get going, Eric. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, if I hear AEW one more time, straight up, everybody dies, okay? Everybody dies, straight up. Tribute to the late, great Tracy Smothers. Thank you. Big fan of Tracy Smothers. But right now, AEW is going down. AEW, by the way, Mr. Michael didn't talk about the biggest news in AEW history. Let's go ahead and talk about blood and cardboard. Yes, let's go ahead and talk about the cardboard, okay? So, we have Chris Jericho up on top of the cage. Oh, I'm Mr. MJF. I'm going to throw you off. Okay. Hey, I landed on a mattress from Big Lots, and it's a bunch of cardboard. Yeah, man, that's what happened. Everybody's talking about it. So, yeah, big news item. Go on the Twitter machine. It's on there. But if I had to hear any more AEW, I'm going to get board of directors to not have an AEW news segment next week or whenever we have Brace for the Impact episode 3. All right. So, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get on with the news. What, Eric? What? Really? Really, Eric? We bring Michael back? What, the crowd behind AEW news? Is this a new segment?
I don't know. I was just given from Kenny Omega to talk about the news about the AEW Live coming back starting in July. I mean, it's going to be really awesome to see the fans again in so many cities. I mean, they're coming to Milwaukee in August. Oh, man, I can't wait.
AEW, we are cardboard.
Yeah, I really didn't much. I wasn't a big fan of the Blood and Guts match. I really thought it was a crappy match, but I digress.
Okay, so let me get into this breaking news item that I just got word today. You know, my Greasy Revolution World's Heavyweight Championship is in the hands of Santa Claus. He beat me for that title, cheated for me.
Oh, come on. He beat you. Just the minute he beat you, Santa Claus beat me.
No, he did not. He hit me over the head with Christmas tree cakes.
You're supposed to watch out for that. Santa has magic. Do you not know Santa Claus is magic? He can magically appear something in his hand. You gotta watch for it, man. I mean, it's just.
I did not lose my belt, okay? Okay, let's get that straight. All you people out there, all you kids who wants to have Santa as the Greasy Revolution World's Heavyweight Champion, it's not going to happen because I got the news today, Michael. I got the letter today from the board of directors stating that Santa Claus has 2 months to either defend his championship or send it back to where it belongs. The Greasy Revolution leader, Fatback Greasy, right here around my waist where it belongs, Michael. And by the way, that's going to happen. I'm going to get the package in 2 months because you know Santa's not going to show up. You know Santa Claus is not coming back until December. So it's like 5-6 months from now in December. That belt has to be defended, and he ain't going to be defending it. So guess what, Michael? I'm getting my belt back regardless. If you like it or not, if the fans like it or not, because the Greasy Revolution is taking over this channel as well. Okay, the Masked Man says they are, but no, they're not. It's the Greasy Revolution. Get it straight, fans, because I am the best of all time. I am the best England wrestler ever in that country. So, Michael Minor, let's go ahead and talk about updates. Let's talk about what we got coming up on the Impact Wrestling Slam Zone, shouldn't we? So, we're going to have a Big Red tribute show coming up in honor of Big Red. We miss you, Big Red. And there's going to be a special 2 announcements. The biggest announcements on that show will happen. I can't reveal them because it's up higher up in the board of directors. They'll get on me about revealing it on this show. So you will have to tune in to the tribute to Big Red on that show. I can't give a date. The board of directors haven't set a date yet. So you'll just have to keep going to on our Twitter account and see. Most of the time, go to our Twitter, folks. We're having issues on our Facebook page. It won't let us change our name for some odd reason. So if you want the news, go to our Twitter account at Impact Wrestling Slam Zone, at Impact Slam Zone on Twitter. Okay, so if you want all the news, go there. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have Asylum reviews coming up. We have Michael Minor sign that dotted line to do the review for the Asylum. Lariato Pro Wrestling reviews are going to be coming at a later date. There's no date on that we don't know if we're going to do it in a few months from now. We're not sure yet, but it will happen on this channel eventually. And all that taken care of, all that announced. So put that in your calendars. Mark your calendars for the Big Red Tribute Show. Update on the Revolution coming up, the pay-per-view between me and Michael Scars. Number 2 will happen. It's just we pushed it back a little bit because of the Big Red Tribute Show in honor of Big Red. So Revolution will be coming at you after probably around maybe July-ish. That's probably what I'm thinking of. Well, the board of directors are telling me that anyway. I can't make the date, but anyway. So that's all going to come at you right here on the channel. So, Michael Minor, we have a late breaking news that happened yesterday. We'll talk about that after Michael gives his updates and everything to end this show. So I want to go ahead and let Eric take it away to Michael Minor in Wisconsin, ladies and gentlemen. Eric, go ahead.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are 5 nights away to the big pay-per-view of the year. TCW presents Clash of the Titans this Sunday, May 16th. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, for that show. But ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, we are going to have the Big Red Memorial Battle Royal. It's a 20-man battle royal. And we're going to have a championship on the line for that. Get ready to see that, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great, great show, a great pay-per-view very, very soon. But, ladies and gentlemen, we also, this Sunday, we've got a nice stacked card. Let's get into the pay-per-view card real quick. Before we see if we got any more updates or anything about that. Our first match, we're going to have the TCW Women's Championship match. Karma will be defending the title against Toni Storm, the TCW Women's long way to the top briefcase, women's briefcase holder. And then we will have the TCW Tag Team Championships be contested in a TLC match. As you guys just saw last night, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly beat the beatdown to win the tag titles. They will be facing off against the Cross Brothers. And in our match number 3, we have a steel cage match. Winner will face Michael Scars for the TCW United States Championship. We have the owner going up against the 6'8" monster, the Predator. And in our match number 4, we have the TCW United States Championship. Michael Scars will be defending the title either against the owner or the Predator. And in match number 5, we have an EOW World Heavyweight Championship qualifier match. Chase Reeves will be taking on Adam Wright. Match number 6, we're waiting on the okay from FBXW for the title to be defended. And in our main event, we have the TCW World Heavyweight Championship match. Dusty Rhodes, as you guys know, beat Willie Joe last night on TCW Monday Night Chaos Legends of Champions night. So he will be taking on Michael Scars, the TCW men's long way to the top briefcase holder, and so much more at TCW's biggest pay-per-view, Clash of the Titans. And then the pay-per-view after will be TCW Presents Full Metal Mayhem, where all matches will be contested in a TLC match. So just let you guys know, next Monday night, there will be no TCW Monday Night Chaos because I'm doing it where at pay-per-views, after pay-per-views, there won't be no chaos until the week after. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot wait to see you guys there for TCW's Clash of the Titans weekend. So, Fatback, go ahead and take it away.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see TCW. And I will be in that battle royal in honor of Big Red. Like I said at the top of the show, I am going to throw everybody over the top rope. Willie Joe, if he's in it. because I heard he might. I don't know if he might be in it. He probably is. He wants the title back. So, and then we got Billy Bob's in it. Is the TCW commentator, which I don't understand why he got to be a commentator on TCW. What about the Greasy Revolution? Why is Fatback not a commentator on that show? I have no earthly idea. So, yours truly, Fatback Greasy, throws all 20 of them all over the top rope, and I win it. So that's all I have to say. But Michael, did you see the breaking news that hit this channel yesterday afternoon? The Masked Men is WWE's no more. It's now Impact Wrestling Slams on, and now they say they're going to take over the Impact Wrestling Slams on. What did they want, Michael? Why are they still here? What is their agenda? It's just the only thing they want is just chaos.
Yep, that's all they want is chaos in this company. It's like crazy.
So what is your thinking? What is your opinion on the whole Masked Men situation? They done been here for almost over a year. They done stole my King of England championship. They done stole several championships. They stole the tag titles, and I heard the tag titles they threw in the garbage can. I haven't heard about the tag titles. I haven't seen the tag titles anymore in over a year. I guess they're disappeared. I guess they're destroyed. I guess they're not coming back to the Impact.
I guess so.
So, Michael, before we head out of here, your whole thoughts on this whole Masked Man situation? Will they ever be gone?
Yeah, it's weird to see the title go. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with the Masked Men. They are getting way too out of hand with this whole chaos thing. We'll just have to see what the week goes and into this week, coming weeks.
It's insane, ladies and gentlemen. But y'all have to tune in to see what the Masked Man has up their sleeve, what they have in store next. More chaos, I suggest. But that ends it for Brace for the Impact episode 2. Please come and join us for our Under Siege prediction show coming up at the end of the week. Michael, do you have any final thoughts before we get out of here? I look like you did.
Nope. I just want to say AEW news. Thank you for the show.
Really? AEW news better not be coming back next week to Brace for the Impact. I got the producers going. I have everybody going. It's not happening. You're not going to take over an AEW news segment. Okay? So get it right, Michael. It's not going to happen.
It's okay. Calm down. It's okay. It won't happen. It's fine.
What? Okay, we're running out of time. We got like 5 seconds. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Greasy Revolution World's Heavyweight Champion, your former TCW champion, your former King of England champion, true King of England champion. Fatback Greasy is here. I'm going to take over the entire England promotion of wrestling. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. Well, I have to, Michael, and there's Michael Miner. We got to go. What? Eric, don't hit the button.
Thanks for watching the TNA Wrestling Fan Zone. Stay tuned next week for more fun, action, entertainment brought to you by GTM Productions. Be breezy.
What they missing is the path been paid for. That's why you get them top.